The opposition is claiming that surgical strikes are not new and that several surgical strikes have been carried out in the past as well. Joining us now live on India Today is a man who knows a thing or two, who was in charge as Director General Military Operations from October 2012 to February 2014. This is the period when some of these supposed strikes did take place. Lieutenant General Vinod Bhatia, former DGMO, now joining us on India Today. General Bhatia, welcome. You've seen this huge amount of politics take place. You're a professional military soldier, and I want to understand from you what you make of the claims being made by Netas now that nothing that's happened in this surgical strike is new, that this is very routine and it's happened many times in the past. General Bhatia, welcome.
Thank you, Rahul. I will only say that I'm a soldier, and I'm a soldier of Indian Army. Indian Army is professional, dedicated, apolitical, and I'm apolitical. I have nothing to do with any other parties. Having said that, let me tell you that this particular operation which is carried out, executed by the Indian Army Special Forces on the 28th night is a unique and a different sort of an operation. This is a surgical operation in a different dimension with different impact and different ramifications. The scope is much larger, the scales are much larger. So whatever has been done earlier was basically trans-LC operations, if they're done whenever they were done.
So what you're essentially saying, if I try and demilitarize the jargon, that earlier there was just a tactical cross-border strike which was taken, which was the decision for which was taken at the command level, which was taken at the corps level or the division level, possibly even at the brigade level. What has happened now is in the strategic sphere, where a decision's been taken, sanctioned by the highest echelons in India's political establishment. Is that really the difference between what has happened in the past and what's happened this time, sir?
Yes, earlier our trans-LC operations, this operation demonstrated India's politico-military will. This operation demonstrated that India's strategic patience has been crossed. This operation demonstrated that India has a strategic resolve to protect its national interests in the counter-terrorist war domain. This operation has created a decision dilemma on the Pakistan Army and the Pakistan establishment. They do not know whether to accept it or not to accept these operations, because they cannot deny it's not taken place and they cannot say that these are taken place. So, this operation has been synergized with all elements of national power. It is a well-orchestrated operation where the diplomatic, the economic, the informational, the media played a great role, and the military have all synergized and given a befitting response to the Uri strike, terror strike, in which 20 of our soldiers were martyred.
So, General Bhatia, as a professional soldier who spent many decades in the Indian Army, what do you make of this kind of competitive blame game taking place? One Neta saying, I've ordered such strikes. Now suddenly I'm seeing Sharad Pawar come out of the woodworks and say he's ordered such strikes as well. At a time when we heard the Air Force chief say the situation is live along our borders. We've got Netas bickering for credit. As a professional soldier, what do you make of this, sir?
I will only say that give the credit where it is due, and the credit is due to the Indian Army. I have also heard that there have been questions asked whether the DGMO is telling the right thing or not. Please do not hurt the Indian Army. Please do not question the DGMO and the chief. It is not correct. It is not right. You're only degrading your army, and your army is professional. It is giving you the results which you want. And over the years, I'm not saying it's done now, but the army this time has got the powers, it's got the backing of everything, and they wanted to do, and they've done it in a very professional manner. Look at the selection of the targets. The selection of targets is very well orchestrated. These targets, which are launch pad of the terrorists, what we call them at the tactical level, these are both punitive and preemptive operations. Punitive in the sense that we have avenged the martyrdom of our 20 soldiers, and preemptive that there were terrorists in the launch pads who are waiting to infiltrate into our side of the land of control and create further havoc. So these are absolutely well orchestrated operations. I'm very proud of the army, very proud of the people who have done it, and very proud of the nation also.
What do you make of this clamour for evidence? Arvind Kejriwal, the Congress saying, show us proof. Pakistan is doing propaganda, counter that propaganda, make the video public. As somebody who till very recently was in charge of similar operations, General Bhatia, what do you make of this clamour, sir?
No army in the world ever propagates, publicizes its tactics and the way it carries out operations, especially special operations. We do not ever talk about special operations the way they were executed. And I think no one should ask for evidence. That means they're doubting the credibility of the Indian Army and the nation also, which is not correct. And what I say again is, special operations are never publicized. No army in the world does it. No respectable nation in the world does it. So we should respect the secrecy of the whole thing, because we cannot tell the public, in the public domain, because this will go out again and our adversaries will know of our tactics, the way we insert, the way we execute, the way we extricate. And the special operations this time, these are very delicate operations. They have to be very well coordinated in all their spheres, from the intelligence to the planning to the logistics to the communications to the insertion routes. And we can't start giving this out in the public domain. It is absolutely needless. It should never be asked, and no sensible army will actually give it away.
I'm going to leave it there. General Bhatia, for joining us with your very, very sharp thoughts, hitting out at all politicians, cutting across political lines, for turning this into a political tamasha of sorts, saying give credit where credit is due, don't question the Indian Army. General Vinod Bhatia, former Director General Military Operations, joining us on India Today.